Okay, so I think that we should be everything should be working right now. I'll just need to switch off the sound of our background video in order not to just confuse those who are watching us right now. Alex, could you please check if we are okay on YouTube, on Twitch, and in Steam? So for all who've been watching us right now, thank you very much for coming and spending your time on Beast Tower demo today. My name is Andrew Morozov. I'm creative director of Beast Tower project and BH Studio, and my colleague Alex is today with me to tell you about the game, to answer your questions, and also give you some feedback according to what we had with our previous test, which took place on June the 19th, just the previous month. So today we are gonna discuss the game and play it with ya. It's being kind of, preparation checkup for the upcoming Steam Survival Fest, which would be taking place next month at the beginning of August. So we've made some changes in the game according to the last time we've played. First of all, we want to make sure that the network connections are working better. So please let us know if it's yes or no, if it works fine for you, and we would appreciate if you just drop in our Discord how much time did you spend waiting for the game. I just need to check up with our colleagues that everything is working. because I just asked them about 10 minutes ago and they were saying that everything is in the launch process. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and also I think we should check our Discord chat for the patrons. I'm not sure if we need to tell them about the live stream. I mean, the live chat. Yeah, just check that if the guys would have some questions. You see, guys, the point is that we have a Patreon, and there is a special event which we have every month for our patrons. It's called the Closed Live Chat. This is a special channel in Discord where people can post their questions and we answer them straight out. That's the case of a kind of privilege for them that we answer these questions first of all. So it's a kind of a way to thank our bakers. Okay, so now the dev team just noted me that we have already 6 servers running. That's why I think we can say that, okay, we just can start playtesting, and me and Alex would be also playing with you. I just need to note that what you're seeing behind us is the pre-recorded video. The point is that when during our previous demo playtest, we tried to stream, but unfortunately my PC is not that powerful to do it. I hope we would solve this issue by the Survivor Fest time, but currently just please keep in mind that it's not actually me playing because I'm not that good. Okay, I think that we should launch the game and start playing. So, Alex, I would appreciate if you keep an eye on all of the social media. I would do my best trying to help you out too. So I would have my second monitor running and just checking how people are paying us right now. Okay, so we're live. Okay, so we have cheers from Nina. Nina, nice to meet you. How are you? Okay, so just we need to check that everything is working fine. If you have any issues, please let us know in YouTube channel, let us know in Twitch channel, drop us a message on Discord. We do our best to keep an eye on all the notifications and just set things out so everything will be working fine. Okay, so while we're waiting for the game, I think I could start maybe giving some answers to the questions which guys asked us when we were having our previous playtest. It was our very first open public playtest. That's why something was working, something was not, honestly speaking. So I already said that there was broadcasting issues. That's why now we're using the pre-recorded video. And also we had the problem with server connections, which we made some fixes. And this time we are checking how things are working out, if everything is cool. So as I've said, just drop your notes about what's going on with you. How do you manage to get into the game, and so on and so after. The problem is that, when every time a multiplayer PvP game being launched, it's really hard to predict everything and to be, 100% sure that all the servers would be working nice and the pressure on them would be done with no problem. Because you see, when you do something for the first time, especially with servers and the server infrastructure and architecture which you just built, you would always have some kind of an issue with the thing. And only by inviting real people, you can imitate all the situations to figure out everything is working or not. Today we already had a talk with Alex about that, and I hope he would just share his experience of playing World of Warcraft. Guys, on being a bit laggy. Okay. So the broadcast is not working. And could you check the Steam page? Okay. Ah, I got what happened. I got what happened. I just need to change the graphic settings because otherwise my computer feels sick. Honestly speaking, in the game we do have several settings of the graphics. So from low to ultra settings. So we try even now to have the very best support even of the not really powerful machine, for example, like mine. And now I just will switch to another level of graphics to be sure that I don't have enough, very much pressure on the netcode and everything looks fine. So Alex, once again, could I ask you to check all the three platforms we're streaming right now? Let me see if we have, if it's possible to switch to Beast Hour. Yeah, we already are among the games available for notifications on, on Steam, and it's really cool. Okay, I'll just switch off all the broadcasts from our browsers to make sure that I have the best, provision of broadcast possible, so people don't feel any issues with that. Okay, then I will just play, and that's why, unfortunately, I will have to ask you to keep an eye on all the chats. Okay. We have also on one of them is Beast. Okay. Okay, so guys, this time we decided to try to create the room as long as there are 4 people available, and that's why it may lead to a consequence that rooms with fewer players can be created. I can't say that it may be the best decision possible, but we wanted to check what would happen, because actually Beast Tower is designed to play with 8 people in one match. And just in order to not making you wait for a long time, we decided to, start the the room launch with fewer people, because it's better to get into the game with fewer people, just in order to wait for a very long time. I also am in the game with 6 players only. I see 2 beasts and 4 raiders playing with me. Okay. Okay, so I believe we could be discussing the things which we prepared. If we don't, of course, have any questions in the chats, because, as long as people ask questions, we would be switching to them immediately, because it's not just the lecture which we're gonna to give today, it's our communication with you. That's why we're more than ready to answer your questions. So you have so you have only 4 people in a game? Okay. Yeah, well, in my game there are also 6 people. So, okay, I think we should browse through the list of questions which we prepared to discuss for today. So, Alex, I suggest the following. As you are in charge of all the chats, please keep an eye on them only, and I'll open our prepared list of questions and we'll be following the, the guide which we prepared before, okay? Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay. Yes, guys, you see. Okay. So, just not to miss anything, I'll just start with the very first questions, which was our broadcast problems, which we ran into previously. Well, unfortunately, it was the problem with my PC, which is not really a powerful one. That's why running both the stream and running both the game was pretty complicated. That's why we had all these lags and needed to somehow, then switch back to just using the video running in the background, which we're doing right now, and hope it works nice. At least Alex just keeping an eye on the broadcasts and would tell me if we have some issues. I would say that for the next Survival Fest, we will just try to use a more powerful PC in order to both run the stream and run the game. And I hope that everything will be working fine. Okay, then the second thing, it was the server connection issues. Yes, as I've said before, we had some problems with, letting people get into the game fast. We analyzed this issue and also got really good feedback from professional, guys from our community. It turned out that in our community there are people who are really good with server of running servers. It's actually their day job, which they do, and they give us really some cool advice, which we do try to implement. Well, as I've said, please drop us a message in Discord. How fast did you manage to get into the game? How many minutes you'll be waiting in the queue? Because I was waiting just maybe for 2 or 3 minutes at all. Generally, honestly speaking, Alex was just really fast in finding the game too. That's why we hope that this time everything will be working far better, because otherwise we would need to make some other fixes in order to be sure that on Steam Survival Fest everything will be working nice. Then another thing which people kept asking was about the pretty short window of playing the game. Of course, as now we can't afford running the service for 24/7 because the game is still in the development right now, first of all, and secondly, because we want everyone to get into exact time, so you had more chance to play easily without the necessity to stay in queue for a very long time, because we're still working on growing of our community, and I can't say that we have, just millions of players right now. Well, honestly speaking. But next time, we think that we might increase the playtest window for 5 hours from 3, so you have more chance to get into the game according to your working schedule and some other things which you need to do. We totally understand that we have players from different time zones, and we did a research to figure out what time would be more typical, more comfortable for most players in the world. But as you understand, it's nearly impossible to choose a time which will be fine for just everyone. That's why maybe adding 2 more hours would be fine. I can't promise that we're going to do it, but we discussed that with the technical guys and hope that we would be able to launch the server for a longer time. As I've said, Steam Survival Fest would be at the beginning of August, so keep an eye on our social media and you'll be able to learn at what exact day and time we will be running the service. So we could join us and play the game. Okay, the next thing, which I honestly speaking was really confused with, was our sound settings. So Alex, if I'm not mistaken, you really did lots of feedback from guys who were streaming Beast Hour that they wanted sound settings badly because it would help them to organize their streams better, right? Yeah, because when you're running a stream, you need to set up a really good sound ratio of your voice, or the game's voice, of game's music, and everything like that. That's why really nice if you have all the settings right in the game, and you don't need to go to Windows Mixer in order to set it just with the bare hands, as one might say. So just the thing which I need to explain about our way to developing Beast Tower right now. It's really important so you can understand why we can do things with the current version of the game and what we can't with the current version. Simply speaking, we have 2 versions of the game right now. The one which is stable, which we are playing right now, and another one which is the working version, where we are making all our additions, all our changes, and everything that we have in our mind, and all the fixes possible. The problem is that we can't change the stable version much without breaking something. That's why we really have our hands tied to most cases to just drastically change this version, because as soon as you change something drastically, you are very likely to get lots of bugs and misworking things, because you can't add new features and be 100% sure that everything would be working smoothly with no problem. Okay, so now, according to what we changed in the current stable version, according to the previous one, first of all, we improved the server connection. Secondly, we highlighted the schedule link button in the lobby, so people just pay more attention to the fact that we don't have demo running every day and every time, but just at the exact hours, so you can follow the link in the lobby and get to the special document with a description of our playtest schedule. And last but not least, we made a change to our female raider, Yudoku, and now she has increased size of her poisonous clouds, which makes it easier for her to hit enemies and make them step into her poison. And unfortunately, we didn't manage to get sound settings into the game, although we already made them, and they're working pretty nice in our working version of the game. But unfortunately, there is no opportunity for us to just quickly add this feature to a stable version. So please keep in mind that it's not that easy to do everything we want. But what we still managed to do, we gave a new escape mechanic, which is called the ropes. So this is a special device which lets you just move on the top of building pretty quickly with just pressing one button and activating special mechanism. So that would help you to escape beast a bit better. Yeah. So yes, unfortunately, sound settings would be presented here for some time. Okay. Kicking our butts, right? You see, I have the very same feeling because, I've been playing the games for over 4 years already. But when I start playing with people from the community who just very first time seeing Beast Tower, there are sometimes people who playing so better than me that I just wondering how did they manage to get the skill. Honestly speaking, I was the very first raider to die, but unfortunately, another, raider saved me from the beast, or the beast saved me. Actually, I didn't get because at that time I was answering the question. Yeah, I already died once. You see, actually, why we made the second life for raiders? Because they are far more, easier targets than beasts are actually. And that's why we decided that it would be really not cool to let them die if they just only entered beast tower phase and just didn't manage to try to fight to feel how this phase is played. That's why for a short time after the beast tower start, you get the opportunity to respawn if you've been killed, but you can do this only once. That's why if the beast tower started and you manage to die and respawn, please just note that you can die the next time you get downed and finished by your enemies. The game you can yeah, you can just press escape button and press exit game in order to return back to the lobby screen and start looking for another game. So just don't be shy to do it if you just want to play more, because the playtest time is pretty limited today. That's why just you can follow this simple life hack. Okay, I managed to stay alive, but I'm just fighting a beast, and he is, I believe, likely to kill me because... Okay, okay, I'm dead. Just finished by a cruel monster. Uh, you died. It's a sign I see right now. Alex, could you see if we have some questions? Yes, I hear you perfectly. Okay, I just will check. Could you check if your... Okay, so I hear very well. I just see that. Could you see if you have your Skype mic off? Okay, and I just because I think that everything is the same as it was before we had the stream just earlier today. Alex, and could you just do the following? Switch your oh no, that won't work this way. I hear you well, and your okay, let me see. Could you say something? Yes, everything works nice here. Because according to what I see in the settings of the streaming software, your mic is switched on and the system gets your voice. You can check by seeing the streams that if your voice is heard. If you cool, I'll be silent. Maybe you could you just restart the, yes, the one which is in charge of streaming your web camera. I think is the issue with that thing. Okay, guys, we're just waiting for Alex to restart his camera stream, and then I hope we would hear him too. Okay, that's interesting because I can hear you. So somehow I managed to hear you. Okay, I'll just figure it out once again. Okay, you are in on the stream right now. Yes, I could hear you perfectly. The point is, maybe, but I don't. I think if there was some problems with your mic previously, I think that the guys with whom we are making the stream just a couple of hours ago would tell us that they can't hear you, and they believe could hear you perfectly. Again, you're not heard. Okay, I think we can fix it with a bit different approach. Okay, could you say something now? Okay, so yes, because I see that the streaming software do hear your voice. That's why it's not the problem with. Okay, so Alex, just to make sure that we do everything all right, just could you check our previous stream, which we did today? I mean, and are you heard there? You were heard. Okay. Really strange. Really strange. Well, possibly yes, because I am the source of the stream info. That's why it's maybe my problem that people can't hear you. And you see, if I'm not mistaken, the OBC OBC website, which you use in order to stream yourself, it also supports the stream of your voice, right? Just check that you didn't manage to mute yourself there. Because, you know, when we stop... It's working fine. Okay, then we do the following thing. I would somehow make... so switch off your mic in web camera broadcast and switch your mic in Skype. Yes. Yes.
Okay, I have done it. Can you hear me right now?
Let me check.
Anton, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. So then you should check that okay, let me just make a short check.
You know, at the same time, I'm trying to play as Beast. Yes, I'm struggling.
Okay. So now I tried to connect you with a source of sound in from Skype. So could you go to just say several words and check two things. First of all, that you are heard on the broadcast, for example, in YouTube, and that there is no, sounds of my game, which I'm playing right now.
Okay, let me see. By the way, Oliver says that we have fixed the issue. Let me see if that's the case. Okay, I'm saying something. I'm saying something.
Meanwhile, I need to...
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, cool. Meanwhile, I need to know that I managed to get into the full game with 3 beasts and 5 raiders. And you too. So I think that the issue is that, to make the system really work, we need more people, of course, just to start the game. Of course, that's the problem, actually. Okay.
There are 3 beasts on 1 altar right now, in my game, I mean.
Okay.
And it's pretty intense.
Cool.
And 1 Yudoku, by the way. So 4 players on 1 single spot.
Yeah, sometimes when several players get in one place, there is just starts a really, really huge battle.
Yeah. Apparently, Yudoku scared all of them, and they had.
Yeah, well, in mass combat, if Yudoku just standing on some, safe point and just drops her gas into a, crowd of players, it just makes the devastating effect.
Okay. So we actually have a question on VK.
Whoa.
I mean, about the servers, because the person is saying that the timing we chose is very inconvenient for him, and for the second time he cannot play with us.
Okay, just if he could just know his time zone. So actually, we usually start all our demos on Sunday evening, because according to the Steam data, it's the most convenient time for most people to play. Today we made a kind of exception because it's a kind of a test demo. We are preparing for Steam Survival Fest, That's why we decided to combine both our Steam Friday Steam stream with the playtest of Beast Tower.
Yeah, while I was answering the question, I accidentally died because Beast Tower started and I was on the edge of a map.
So you
It's
got killed by the
by the zone,
with the
yeah.
killing space. But well, I think that we once decided to find a proper word for this
Yeah.
zone, and I believe you decided to call it Arcana Storm.
Yeah, it's still deciding. We're still deciding on this. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me see. So the time zone of this person is basically the same as ours. I mean, you and me.
Okay. So, if it's possible to ask this person what time and day would be more convenient, we would try to consider that. But still, I just need to note that we are not really likely to change the dates because, it's we need to work according to the, average comfortable time. And as I've said, according to Steam, it's Sunday evening. It's from, I believe, 6 to 9 UTC time. That's when most people play games like Beast Tower. That's why just unfortunately we need to somehow follow this recommendation of the platform, so most people can get into the game and enjoy it. So we apologize if it doesn't correspond with your working schedule, but unfortunately that's why things work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically the person's saying that most of the games have tests running for an entire week, and for him, for example, it would be more convenient to play like on the weekends. Yeah, but Anton have already described the situation, so
Yeah, of course, we would love to launch the game to be available for you every day and every time. But you see, currently, as we are at the development stage and we didn't spend much time and money on marketing, we can't provide you with a vast number of players. That's why we just choose some exact time and fixed hours to make sure that you have enough people to play with you. And as I see, we just keep on a very good pace right now, that servers are running, people are playing. At least I don't see. And Alex, could you see what's happening in the Discord? Do people complain about issues with finding the game?
I don't see such issues, no. There is one person who's just played his first match, like ever, and he's not certain, like he has some not problems, but have some questions about the game in general. Just like why everyone is fighting to each other, why, like, what's the point of asymmetry gameplay?
Okay, the point is that the game is about parkour chases. That's why we need two different types of gameplay: those who chase and those who run away. That's the main, feature of the Beast Tower as a title, as a product. That's why it's a asymmetric game. I would strongly recommend watching the tutorial videos, which we announced just the day before the playtest. That's why you can just see the whole ideas of, of the general gameplay loop and how you can use different escape mechanics and so on and so after. That's why I would recommend you to go to the game lobby And then go to the, I believe, in the center there is, such a word as tutorial. You can press it and get to the list of tutorial videos, which would describe to you what you should be doing in order to win the game and how you can escape beasts and compete with other raiders. So please keep an eye on this information because it's pretty thorough and gives you enough information how to play the game.
I mean, from what I can see, this person is thinking more that, if it's an asymmetric game, it should has team gameplay rather than more like a deathmatch.
Okay, so it's not really a deathmatch because you don't need to kill everybody to win, especially when playing as a raider. You can rely on your parkour skills, on your cunningness, the ability to hide, to decide if it's necessary to enter some fights or it's better to stay away from fighting. And you see, we really didn't want it to follow and copy the, for example, Dead by Daylight formula when you have one monster or maniac or boss, doesn't matter, with a team of survivors, because it creates a lot of issues if you want to give the survivors, if you can call them this way, in our case raiders, an opportunity to attack, kill, or heavily control the boss. It just doesn't really work at all. So we decided to make the free-for-all system when you don't have allies and you rely only yourself, because it just gives far more interesting situations and solves a lot of balance issues, because you never know who would attack you, who would save you, and that's what creates the most cool and interesting situations. So that's why we decided that we won't have teams. Honestly speaking, we really don't want Beast Tower to turn into a kind of team-based shooter or a kind of a typical battle royale game where you do only as killing or running together as a team, because in first case you don't need such a large map and you don't need all this parkour system, because in team-based shooters you only need to stick together as good as possible, and I believe Alex can tell tons of stories about that while playing Overwatch, and I can tell a lot of things about for example League of Legends, where you, in terms of mass combat, you need just to gather together. That's why it's really important to stay close to one another. And in this case, you, as I said, don't need that large map. And in terms of, if we compare Beast Tower to some Battle Royale game, you see in Battle Royale, you're all about killing, and you can't rely much on your skills of hiding or just staying away from fight. And in Beast Tower, if you are not good at shooting, for example, as I have a very bad aiming skills, I can win just playing as a raider by parkouring and by fulfilling the final quest, successfully escaping the map and just getting an upper hand without the necessity to just placing neat headshots at my enemies. Okay, Alex, could you tell me if you did manage to get into the third match?
Yeah, I did manage to get into the match. I'm looking at the streamer who has some issues connecting. He's been on the searching for maybe 5 minutes already, and he hasn't found the game yet. But me, yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was pretty fast.
actually, I got into my third game now, and I have, if in the second match I had 8 players. Now I have 6 players, 3 beasts and 3 raiders.
Yeah, me too. Maybe we're playing the same match. No.
I don't know.
Who is leading in your match? Who is the
Raider.
Oh, in my it's a beast. So it's probably different matches. I was pretty close to dying, by the way, but I managed to escape beast and hide.
Yeah, as we say in our, advice, which is presented on the very first screen you see when you're getting into the game. So it's a wiser decision to run away from beasts rather than fighting them.
So Anton, maybe I should advise a person, I mean the streamer, to relaunch the game if it's
Well, you can advise this thing. I don't think. Well, when today I was, discussing this thing with with our tech team, it turned out that they said that, yeah, still, if you have some issue with starting the game, you may try to relaunch the client. That might help. So you can give this advice to the streamer. I think that maybe the problem is that he's located in United States, or where.
No. It's he's from Russia.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, even close to where I live. It's just pure coincidence. Yeah, so yeah, and he has this issue.
Well, you may try to give this advice, because you see, I just.
And I got eaten while helping like the streamer.
Well, same thing.
Oh, and he has just found the game.
Okay,
And
that's cool.
Yeah, didn't have to relaunch the game, which is pretty nice. Yeah, let me see if we have any questions unanswered.
Currently, I decided to play as Beast, so I'm climbing buildings, and I just found Yudoku. Okay, and I think that I try to.
So on YouTube, we have Paladin Baroque, if I'm not butchering your name. He's wishing us to enjoy the game, and best of luck to the devs for the continued efforts. Thank you. I do hope you get a lot of enjoyment out of playing our game. Keep on playing. That's would be very, very nice. If you have any issues, if you have any feedback, let me know, and I and Anton will try to answer your question as best as we can. And we basically know almost everything about the game, so I believe we will be able to help you. Yeah. Okay. Do we have any other questions? Let me see. No, from what I can see. And again, I just I was eaten. I was looking for comments, and yeah.
And I'm eaten too. Don't worry about it.
Probably I should have, at least 2 monitors.
Well, you see, maybe you can use your cell phone, or maybe you have a tablet, so you can just monitor the chats on separate devices, so it'd be easier for you.
Unfortunately, my phone is so old, it's probably will be a pain in the butt to try and use it.
So it doesn't support. So it doesn't support modern versions of the Messenger, of YouTube or Twitch.
It just will have some loading issues. It will take a while to switch between applications. And yeah, unfortunately I don't have a tablet.
Yeah, I have also a very, very old tablet. Believe or not, it's the first iPad. And
I do have that too.
Well, it's so heavy. You even can crack nuts with that.
Yes. And it's working still, but it's so...
It's so slow.
So slow, yeah. It's just unbelievable.
But I remember time when just it was a kind of a miracle to have a thing like that. It was just, so unbelievably cool. Just
Yeah.
it was really, really thing.
And I believe it was actually faster than right now.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah. That's you. I think that you are 100% right because I believe you told me about all these scandals around Apple that they had issues with actually admitting the fact that they're slowing down the devices with every update.
not only that, actually, I mean, just pure, just like you said, application support. If the app might run on the tablet, for example, on iPad 1, but it doesn't support this model, and it will work slowly. And modern sites are much more demanding in terms of how should I say it?
I mean the hardware power, I would say.
Yeah. And it just it has some issues. Just nothing really ominous about that.
Yeah, well, I think that just not one factor, but several of them. That, as soon as the hardware powers are growing, the developers just don't spend more time on optimization. Okay, why should optimize something if it works on most current devices? And I would say that the very same thing is with, for example, with us. We of course want support the computers which were, I mean, typical for around 10 years ago, because it would just require us to reduce the graphic quality so much that it would just meet the modern requirements for the quality of visuals in games.
Yeah, so that's why we try to aim at like average
Average,
person, average user. Yeah, average PC on the market right now. By the way, how's your game going?
I just try to kill somebody, and I just nearly killed the zealot. Oh my god, he killed me.
Is it Beast Tower already?
Yeah, and I died.
For good, you mean?
I died. Yeah, when being playing as a beast, you don't have this extra life
Oh,
in
yeah,
Beast
yeah, I
Tower. You
forgot.
just die and throw out and you just... Okay.
I just forgot playing
Okay,
as a
well, I
beast.
think that I won't be waiting and I will just jump into just the next game.
Yeah, and I'm playing as a raider, and I have already collected already 4 keys, 2 keys to go in order to escape.
I still didn't manage to win a single game. Okay, so Alex, how do you think? Should I continue following the list of the issues we were supposed to discuss today?
Let me quickly see. I hope I will not die.
Well,
yeah, we don't have any other questions, so you
yeah, I
can...
just immediately got into a new game. You see, just I didn't wait at all. Okay, the next thing people were complaining about was the freeze, which takes place each time you start the game. So what I need to say here is that, you see, the point is that almost in any game where you have some NPCs and you have some given map, a good example is League of Legends. For example, if you get into League of Legends game, after, I believe, 1 minute time, the NPCs like minions and like monsters in forests do appear, and at that time you just can notice, especially on not really powerful PCs, a short freeze which happens. And in our case it's the very same thing, because you get into the game and several seconds after you get all the gameplay objects spawned on the map. That's why you got this freeze, which is not a kind of a bug, it's a kind of a technical thing which is, well, a kind of a necessity in order to do it. So what we plan to do, I mean, it's our, thinking how we can solve it, is that we can, hide this freeze and just start the game a bit later, so when you get into the match you don't need to feel it. That's how it's supposed to be working. Honestly speaking, it's a kind of a thing we are still considering how to be solved, but I believe it's the most likely scenario of fixing this issue.
And also we had the idea that we can add, some kind of a tutorial for that period of time, so that people will feel like they will be in the game and they will be able to learn more about the rules of the game before jumping into the game. And for that time, while they are reading the rules, uh, this lag will take place.
Yeah. So you'll be just, well, according to our current idea, you'll be just reading something um, useful during the waiting of this freeze to pass by. Well, yeah. Okay, so the next question I would believe is quite a complex and big one, and we just decided to call it Yudoku problems. So Yudoku is a raider, and she relies on her poisonous gas, so on damage dealt over time, or as usually it calls in most games as dot mechanics. In order to kill your opponent, you need to kite your enemy, running away and making him or her step into the poisonous clouds and just die little by little. It's a quite fun mechanics, especially when you are fighting from afar, but on close distances that will not really work because she has a really high time to kill time. That's why she usually got killed before she can deal enough damage to finish her opponent. So that's why we decided to fix it with the really simple things, because also she had an issue of hitting her target because she shoots on a curve, not a straight line, and the projectile flies with quite slow speed. So we decided to just use this very simple decision, just to increase her poisonous gas clouds which appear with her shots. So it's easier to hit your opponent and it's harder to avoid her gas if you're playing against Yudoku. We also do have another mechanics which we believe would be really cool in solving this problem, but I currently not ready to talk much about that because this mechanics already being is kind of in the playtesting process, and I believe are almost okay with that. But as long as we are not 100% okay with that, I'm not ready to talk much about it. Then the next issue was with her escape mechanics. I mean her leap. Guys were complaining that it's not that effective as the Zealous teleport, because it doesn't move you instantly. It has the problem with not hiding you from your enemy eyesight. Well, I would say the following thing. First of all, we didn't want Yudoku to be a copy of Zealous. That's why she is better in one things and weaker in other, and that's okay. We can't, just make different traders which would be 100% same efficient in all the ways, because that's not how things works in multiplayer games. So I can't say that we would be just changing her escape much, because first of all we want to check the damage story, because when you are fixing the characters you should be fixing them step by step. In this case you are really in a good control of what's happening with the character's balance, and if you make some mistake you can easily just roll back the previous step and you know that exactly this step broke the whole picture, right? So in terms of changing her leap or giving her some crowd control, I'm not sure that we would be really after that in the nearest future, because first of all we need to solve the main issue most complaints came about is just with her attacking ability and the way she deals damage generally. So if you have some question about Yudoku gameplay right now, we are here to discuss with you. Just drop us a line in YouTube, Twitch, or maybe in Discord.
By the way, I should mention that I got into the game pretty easily and fast, I'm just in a new game right now with 8 players. I was in the final battle in the previous game. I mean, I was a raider, and there was one remaining beast, and unfortunately, I was beaten. But yeah, that's what you can probably escape when you are left alone with a beast. And I got into the game pretty fast.
I don't know, Alex, what's happening, but I get beaten so heavily by everyone that I just, oh my god, how they managed to play that so good.
Yeah. By the way,
Honestly speaking, when we were talking with the team, that if you want to play today, just be careful with the players because they're playing for the first time. And I just don't even need to think about that because people are just beating shit out of me, honestly.
yeah, I just started the match, and basically in a few seconds after that, we got into a fight with 2 beasts and 1 zealous raider. It was pretty intense. Eventually, I was victorious, but it took some effort. Yeah, let me see if others are playing okay. Okay, actually, if I'm not mistaken, we have a question. It's a pretty long message, so we'll probably read it right now.
Okay.
Hey there, hoping on the stream while looking for a game which was really faster than last time. Free quiz and found one match, and second game was found in 1 quiz. Like, quick question: after my horrible death, all thanks to the cat who jumped in front of my screen during the chase, is there any influence with being the one to? Okay, give me a second. Is there any influence with being the one to trigger the beast hour? I want to know if there was a point to gang like thingy. I'm not sure what that means. That shows us our progress and the top players' progress. Oh, so basically the question about the beast hour advance. Yeah,
Advantage.
advantage, and the process to to get beast hour before everyone else.
Okay, so as you just mentioned in your question, there is a special, line in the top middle of the screen, which shows you how close the game is to Beast Tower and who is taking the leading role, you or some other raider or beast. That actually gives you the understanding what's going on with the game and so actually how close you to the end are, just to give you some control of the situation. According to why you should be really trying to start Beast Tower, because in simple words, Beast Tower is started by the player who first hits the 8th level, and if you are the first to hit the 8th level, that means that you are far more leveled up than other players, and it will give you a real upper hand in trying to survive or trying to escape. But actually we do have an idea that we need to provide a reward for the beast or raider who would be the first to start Beast Tower. I just, as usual, guys, before we want to announce any new mechanics or any new gameplay feature, we do our best to test it out thoroughly to make sure that we don't have to change it. I would say that we have a very cool feature in mind, and that's why we understand that the person who is the first in the race should be rewarded for that and have just some kind of cool option to use. That's why, yes, we are thinking about that and we are gonna edit, but not just right now, because most of all, we are working on such things as solving the main issues, problems, and bugs of the game. So it's, we need now to prepare a very good updated version for you. That means that we can't be crazy about adding lots of features, because every feature, it prolongs the time we can give you the new build, because we needed to play test it to make sure that no bugs and no problems appeared. And it takes time. I would say it takes quite time.
Yeah, it's true. We plan to add new mechanics to most of our playtests, so be assured that we are not just giving out the same build over and over again. We do listen to your feedback and try to add something new each time.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't fulfill all your requests because, as I've said, we have a stable version which we can do very neat changes, not to break everything. But you see, we do things that we do our best to provide the next playable version as soon as possible.
Yeah, from what I can see, matches are found much more faster.
Well,
It's
I only
pretty.
can guide on my side, Alex. That's why I totally agree with you that I just playing my fourth match already. And the playtest is lasting for just a bit more than 1 hour, and playing the fourth match means that I just didn't have to wait almost at all.
Yeah, it's interesting if we will be able to see the the statistics after the playtest about how much time does the person have to wait
Well,
for.
unfortunately, currently we don't have any tool of ours which can provide us with this data. That's why I strongly recommend you guys and ask you guys to just drop us a line in Discord, for example, with what amount of time did you have to wait? Because it would really, really help us to understand if we are doing everything the right way.
Yeah, I have a pretty intense situation in my game. Again, I'm a beast, and there is a beast 2 levels higher than me, and I just got to escape, got to run away, because otherwise I will be dead for sure. Yeah, pretty.
Well, I just feel myself a totally newbie now. I just running around trying not to die.
From what I can see, like people who are streaming the game are in the game, and they don't wait for the match, which is good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, guys, if you're hearing us, if you're listening to what we are saying, please leave us a message and ask anything, basically. And again, I was looking for questions and got killed. Why is it like happening to me all the time?
Because, just in Beast Tower, you should be really focused on the gameplay, because a lot of things are happening at the same time, and you need to manage several things at the same time. Well, because the game's dynamic designed this way. So if you just spend your attention on things like, watching the and changing the window, thinking about the questions, that's where you lose your concentration and you just make mistakes. And if you make mistakes, you die.
By the way, it's been 1 hour and 15 minutes since we started playtest, and we shall have playtest going for another 1 hour and a half, or a bit more than that. So if you have the chance, please join the game, and probably you will be even featured not featured. We will not be able to stream what we are playing, but we will be able to fight with you in the same match. Okay, let me see if we have anything else. Not right now. And it's Beast Our Face in my game, and I'm playing as a beast, so I should really be focused on the game.
Yeah, and I remain.
Yes.
I am the last raider standing, and the beast is after my butt.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he's so, okay, killed me.
That's unfortunate. And
Well, it's just the game. Well, and I understand that, in competitive games, I'm not really good usually. That's why maybe to some extent it was why we decided to make Bestow as a game where you don't need only fighting, but also need to escape things.
did you have like how many keys did you collect in the game?
I mean, around 1 or 2, honestly.
Oh.
Honestly speaking, I'm just at a loss when I'm just entering Bestow on such low levels, like 2 or 3. Actually, it never happens to me when we're playing in our team. I don't know what's going on, honestly.
Yeah, mystery. Four players. Oh, it's 5 players in the center of the map right now in my game.
Yeah, I was just killed. That's why I'm looking for a new game right now. So, and while I am looking for a new game, I can spend some time of moving on with a list of questions which me and Alex prepared for you to talk today. So the next thing is some questions about the parkour system, especially of the raiders. So people just often ask us about aiding sliding. Honestly speaking, I just can't understand why people keep asking this thing, because we have a roll, and sliding is really similar mechanics to a roll. Especially a roll is more efficient as you can do it anytime and you don't need to speed up at all in order to start this move. It's really quick and give you some edge. And also, if we introduce sliding, let's imagine this thing, it would be almost two rolls which you can make one after another, and that would create the situation that if you don't make these 2 rolls one after another, you are having very big disadvantage compared to people who can do that. That means that we really increase the the skill level required to play well. So I believe we not plan to add these mechanics, because at the current stage of Bestow development, we consider it to be just a copy of rolling, which doesn't really makes much sense for us right now. If you have some other view of the situation, just drop us a message in Discord. We have a special feedback channel where people, players, share their thoughts and their critics on Bestow. And that's why we'd be really happy to learn why you think that both roll and sliding should be added to the game. Okay, the other thing was with the hard landing. You see, when a raider falls from a pretty high height, he or she performs a special landing animation, and during this superhero landing, they can do nothing. That was done just to show that the game is about skill-based parkour, and you can't fall from a great heights without getting any penalties for that, for example, for just being a human being. Because at our early stages of development, it turned out that it's a very good tactics just to climb somewhere high, got chased by the beast, and just drop down from this great height without no penalty at all, and that makes it really hard to chase people who behaving like that. That's why we make this penalty for landing from really huge heights. But as we know that people don't like to get penalties, we made another mechanics which solves this problem, that if you move around the haunted city, you can notice some special pillars which you can jump over with a special acrobatic move using space when you are nearby. And this will let you not only avoid the hard landing, but it also would give you a short speed boost when you touch the ground. And it's really cool because we put these pillars and special points where you would be either dropping from a big height or you can avoid it. That's why how it works with that mechanics thing. The same mechanics can be used just on the ground level, which you jump over a barricade. Of course, it's not a great height at all, it's just ground level, but you still get the speed boost. And we do just try to put these vault objects in such a manner that if you follow a special path around the game, you'll be around the haunted city, I say, you'll be just getting this speed boost constantly, and it's really cool thing. Why we did it? Because on the early stages of the development, we really thought hard about the necessity to making a kind of a speed boost to just make some running mechanics, and it created so much problems when we tried it, for example, for beasts. Because you need to do some resource like stamina in order to make this mechanics works, and that means that you always run out of stamina, because if you don't run, you get really behind those who run. So we decided that it's not a good idea to got this button which everybody would be keeping pressed all the time, and also wanted people to encourage climbing and not running, and parkouring and changing heights. So we decided that just introducing such mechanics as vaulting over objects, which gives you speed boost and it helps you to avoid hard landing, is really cool thing. And believe me, it really works. Just try it out and you understand what I'm saying. Okay, Alex.
It just works, yes.
Yeah, it just works.
Just
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah, did you want me to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask if you managed to get in the new game and how many players do you have there?
I have just finished the game and I have just started searching for a new one.
Okay.
So I will say, I will tell you how much I will have to wait.
Because I'm already in my 5th game, I believe. We started with 8 people, but one person got disconnected, I believe. So now we're playing with 3 raiders, or 3 beasts, I'm sorry, and 4 raiders, and it looks really cool.
I'm still searching. It's been about, I don't know, 20 seconds. And I got error message.
Oh yeah, just guys, if you get the error message, it means that something got wrong in game search. Just click this message again, and you will be...
Yeah, Cyber7148 in Twitch chat says that he keeps on getting error message. So
unfortunately, you just need to press it and you'll just get into the game. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, or try to relaunch the game. Maybe it's probably can work. Yeah, sorry for this issue. We are trying to solve it as much as we can.
Also, guys, I just need to note that there is a special mechanics which is done in order to, give you some progress if you get often chased by beasts. So as long as the beast is near you, I mean when you're playing the raider, you get a special chase experience. Well, it's the same experience as you get for gathering arcana, but just for the sphere fact that you're near the monster, you get leveled up, because otherwise you'll be so behind other players. That's why if you get chased by the beast, you can just try to avoid the attacks and just be sure that you keep on getting the experience. That's why not you wasting time.
I'm still in searching phase. And I got this message 2 times.
Okay, I just also got it about 2, maybe 3 times before I found this game, but the general waiting time was really low. Because, the problem is that, as not much people are playing the game right now, the rooms get connected, people get disconnected, and that's why, for example, you were to join some room and then the system decided that this room shouldn't be launched. Well, it's, guys, just the issue that we just need more people. That's why please keep an eye on our social media, tell your friends about Beast Tower, and the more people would be coming on our playtest, the easier it will be for you to find the game and to find the full game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably just a suggestion. Yeah, maybe we should prolong this phase, searching phase. I mean.
Okay, I just had a talk with our dev team about this issue today. The problem is that it's possible to do, but it's a really complicated task because it's not only the prolonging. It means that if you get the error, it should somehow automatically restart the search progress, which currently we are doing right now with, playing the error, pressing the error message, right? And in order to automate this process, it would take quite a time. That's why, unfortunately, for some time it would be should be done manually, just pressing the message. Unfortunately, it works this way, and the error appears not because you run off time to wait for a match. The waiting time now is about, I believe, 160 seconds. It's, I believe, almost 3 minutes. And I believe you get error message far faster than this time expires, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this means that something really got wrong and the system just need you to restart manually. Well, but I believe just clicking one message, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I just got into the game a few seconds ago. It took me about 3 queues, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry, and Alexander, what does the word 1, 2 queues means?
The lineup, for the something to happen. I can say it to you in
okay, just drop me this word in chat. I believe I can understand that better in writing, because also I haven't ever heard this term.
Mm-hmm. I have sent you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, okay, I got it. Q. Okay, got it. Q, of course.
Yeah, generally when I play Beast Tower on playtests, I do not, choose the character. I prefer players to choose what they want to play, and I will take whatever remains. Because I feel pretty comfortable and confident playing as any character, and it's really not about my choice right now what to play, or it's rather about our players, what they want to play. So if they, for some reason, decided to leave Beast role available, I will be the one to pick it. Yeah, I got into the game. It's a full match, 8 players. Are you in the game right now as well, Anton?
Yeah, I'm still playing the game which I described a bit earlier, where we have 7 players. I mean, we got into the game with 8 players, but one person, I believe, got disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe, you see, guys, currently we don't have any reconnection mechanism. So if you just, for the sake of your electricity, just blinked, or maybe you have some networking issue with your server provider, unfortunately, you won't be able to return to the game where you dropped out. But you see, in case of Beast Tower, I, honestly speaking, even not sure that it's necessary, because, we have pretty short matches. I believe around 15 minutes each. So in this case, it's maybe right to just look for a new match in order just to try to reconnect to the already one you left. Because you see, there are lots of game design questions which actually appear if we decide to use this reconnection. Because, okay, if you got reconnected, what happens with you? What happens with you if you're raider? What happens with you if you beast? Okay, if you get back into the game, where you should spawn, where you should not be spawning. So too much things which we need to consider. That's why maybe I believe I can't say for sure if we will be working at that mechanics in the nearest future, because too many questions arise when we start considering this thing to be added into the game. If I'm not mistaken, games, for example, like Dead by Daylight, which also have around 15 minutes long session time, I believe that DBD, they don't have any reconnection mechanism, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure. If there are people in the chat who knows, please let us know. I mean, I just played DBD a long time ago, and I didn't have this this issue. I did have another issue. I don't know. Maybe it was some kind of my problem, or it was a real issue for everyone. Is that I had really hard time finding a match when you play as a killer.
Really?
Yeah. For some reason, it took me, on average, about 5 minutes to find a single match. And when you play as a survivor, again, for some reason, it was quick as it can be. Like
You
a
see,
few seconds.
maybe there is some simple explanation of the situation, but as far as I know, that really fewer people, according to the data which DBD developers provide, it's they say it's about they say that about 30 or 40% or even less of players who want to play killers. And you need far less killers to start games. That means that if you want to get into the game faster, you should be just choosing a killer, because, you know, it's easier for you to find the game according to these numbers, but it's really strange.
Yeah, and you know, it was so long that I just for sometimes I had to like say, okay, probably I will not play as a killer today, so let's try something else, because the wait was just too long. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, so guys, by the way, I have the question: do you think people in Beast Tower would prefer to play as raiders or as beasts?
Well, we really got at some point concerns that we would have some problem with that. But you see, the more we test the game, the more we play, the more we ask people, the more we decide that, you know, it's not really a big deal for people, because somehow the ratio of players who want to play beasts and who want to play raiders, I believe, to some extent resemble the DBD one, and as we do have some kind of, you know, the same breakage in terms of percent of numbers of beasts and numbers of raiders in the match. Well, people are pretty satisfied with that. And you see, the point is that in DBD, you choose the side and then you start matchmaking. And in case of Beast Tower, you choose the role, the character, just after the match has been found. That's why that means you, well, if of course a person won't rage quit or do something like that, you will be just, or you're already in game, and that it doesn't really matter whom you wanted to play before. It just doesn't influence the matchmaking system.
Yeah, so we don't have that issue. You know, sometimes it might happen that you want to play as a beast, for example, and you get into the game and all beasts are already taken. That can happen. I don't know. How do you think would be the best way to solve this issue? Maybe if we had,
Well,
for
you see,
example,
the point is that even now, already we don't have any reconnection. If you quit the game when you are at the, on the character selection screen, you just quit the game and you can find a new one, and your place can be taken by another player. That's why I think that, well, if you just got into the game, you see that all beasts are taken, you want to play the beast, well, of course, I would say that it's not really polite behavior, honestly, but still, if it's so important for ya, you can just return back to lobby and try to search for a new game, where you'll be happening to find the spots for characters you like. And even this type of not really polite behavior, I would say, won't prevent people who you left to just get another player who would be satisfied with playing the raider if beasts are not available.
and what about, if we add, for example, chat, at least for this portion of the game, where you can, just like in League of Legends, for example.
You mean so you...
Where you can say, oh, please give me the role of a beast, give me this raider.
I think that maybe at some point it would be a good idea, but you see, guys, you just need to keep in mind that you see... the point is that you see all these charts, all these things that, well, people are so used to them, that's why it's really hard to explain to guys that it's not an easy task to add this feature to the game. Honestly, it's a really complicated thing. Yes, it's presented in almost every game, but it's a problem for almost every game. Because I even can just talk about the next question, which we had in our list. It's about the tab menu of the current match results. I mean, who is getting the upper hand, who got more kills, who got more arcana, who made more other things. So it's a kind of in-game ladder where we all like to compare ourselves to other players. And also the final data screen, where you can see what happened in the game, who was better and why. And also people talk about adding nicknames, also it's a bit another question. You see, all the things that are not easy. That's why when you sometimes launch a new PvP game, you don't have the tab screen, you don't have any ladder, because it's, as I've said, not a piece of cake to do. Okay? And if I talk about nicknames, yes, people often ask us when you'll get the nicknames, so I understand who killed me, whom I shall revenge, and so on and so after. Well, you see, the problem is that why we didn't want to introduce nicknames straight out, because if we just put nicknames always above the heads, people would just, first of all, look not really, carried away by the game, by the atmosphere, because it breaks this illusion of some real action happening. Then the second thing that when you have such a name of yours above your head written in gray or light white, well, it actually makes you a really good target, because people would aim not at you, they would aim at the name. They know, okay, there is a name, somewhere below there is the player. I should use it this way. So you see, that's why we are thinking how to solve all these issues, so still preserve the atmosphere and still show you the nicknames. We have some, sketches, some images, how that may look like, but we're still thinking how to solve it. Yeah, maybe we will do this thing, and I think we are likely to do this thing, but we're still considering. Okay, I got into my new game, and I'm just waiting how many people would be here right now. Yes. Okay, currently I have 3 players out of 8.
I had a chance to kill a beast in the beast tower phase, but I decided to give him mercy, because I just don't want for him this game to end so quickly. Because it's just the start of Beast Tower phase. So, and you have just started a new game, right?
Yes, I am just on the character selection screen. I am waiting for players.
And how did you finish the previous game?
Oh, I died.
I see. I see. Anton, I would expect you to play better.
Yes, I was expecting myself to play better, honestly. Okay. Okay, it's replace. Okay, I will have one more guy entering the game. I think that I managed. You see, when I just got into the game, I had 2 out of 8, and I believe that there were 4 people, and somehow maybe 2 of them got disconnected. That's why just starting with 4. Okay, one more guy coming with us to play.
Yeah, I have become the only beast remaining in the game, and there are also 3 raiders. I hope they don't, team up against me. It would be bad for me, not for them. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't feel that powerful because there are a few raiders trying to kill me, and I'm the only beast.
You see, the funny situation was that we got into the game now with 3 beasts and 2 raiders, and just at the very last seconds of the match launch, I thought that 3 more guys were trying to join the game.
Oh
And
god.
if it would just last, for example, for 5 seconds more, I believe these guys would be just got there, and we'll have the very nice play of the whole 8 people at once.
Oh, it was so close. I won the game. I became alpha, but it was, if only he just hit me once, I would be dead. We played. I was a beast, and I was against Zealous. It's my first win for today. Yeah, so you can congratulate me, I
Okay,
guess.
yeah, you rock, man.
Okay, let me see if we have any other questions. Yeah, just a good point that the playtest will be up for another hour and 15 minutes. So don't waste time. Come join us. Okay, from what I can see. By the way, can we just ask technical guys how many servers are we running currently, or did?
I would really want to ask that, but the beast is after my butt.
Okay, so once you're freed from his...
Once I'm killed, yeah, and get onto the respawn, I'll be
No,
able
no,
to
no.
drop them alive.
I mean, whatever happens, one way or another, you will be freed from him. Okay, now I'm looking for a new match.
Okay, I was killed.
Let's see how long will it take. So let me see. Guys, if you hear us in the chat, please leave us a message. I got an error message.
Oh, I've just pressed it once again. I had the same thing when I was looking for the match I'm royally right now. I mean, in some case it's a bit annoying that you need to press it several times, but just the whole waiting time is far lower than it was during our previous playtest. That's why I believe it's not a real big issue.
And also, guys, let us know what would you add, what would you change in the for the next playtest? What would you like to change?
Again, I need to say that we
Yes,
can't
yes.
promise to fulfill
Yes.
all your demands, but you see, at least if we don't do them, we will just mention them during our QA sessions, right? And we'll give you the explanation why we managed or didn't manage to do it. That's why don't be shy and drop your wishes.
Oh, in the game. It took me about 1 minute, maybe a bit more.
No. And could you just check how this guy who is streaming us in Twitch, if he did manage to find games, if he does manage to find games?
Currently, he is looking for a match, and before that, he was on a break. I can give you a link if you want to.
Or I just don't want to, trying
okay,
to break the broadcast quality. That's why I try not to, the only thing I am running now on computer, apart from all the necessary software, is just one Chrome window where I just, there is a platform which we use in order to multi-stream, and I want this page to be open to make sure that everything works fine.
So he just got connected.
Cool. Well, but anyway, just drop me the link to the stream. I would be happy to watch it after the playtest.
Of course. Yeah, he's saying basically the same thing, that he now see that connection became much better, but the sound settings
Still missing.
still missing. Yes.
Well, unfortunately, we can't fulfill any. Guys, you see, our main rule is to be frank with you. That's why we just honestly say why we could add this feature or can't add another one. Because you see, unfortunately, our resources are quite limited. That's why we really need to prioritize things, and adding sound settings currently is not our top priority, just because you see it could just break the whole playtest and we won't be able to give you the updated version so fast, right? And we really think that fixing server issues is far more important than adding the sound settings. Hope you agree with us.
If I'm not mistaken, I got this into the same game as the streamer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'm playing as a beast and he as a zealous. You know this thing called like sniping.
Oh no.
When you can watch the person playing the game.
You see, in my childhood, that was called monitoring, because when we were playing games in computer club, some guy would just eventually look over your shoulder in order to understand where you are. We were playing CS:GO, or at that time, I'm not sure that CS:GO at that time was available. Maybe it was another version.
It was another for sure. It
Yeah,
was,
because it was, I believe, during my
1.6. Yeah.
maybe because I could tell you the year. The year was 2004, I believe, or 2005.
Sure.
Oh yes, at that time there was no CS:GO. Yeah, and when we were sitting together and just watching over the shoulder into your comrade's monitor, he would usually push your face away with the words, "Don't monitor me."
Yeah, so I can monitor or snipe this streamer, but I will not be doing that.
Well, at least don't tell it out loud.
Yeah. So we have a comment. Really looking forward to trying the ziplines and the portals. It will tremendously help escaping the beast and boosts raiders' survivability.
Okay, so I say that I believe we didn't talk much on these new escape mechanics during our QA sessions, or maybe posted very little information about them in our social media. But yes, if you look precisely at our pre-recorded gameplay, which you currently see while you're watching and us, well, yeah, there would be some extra escape mechanics. I won't just be really, giving me a lot of information about them, but I hope we will be able to add some new things next time we play. I think that during the Steam Next Fest, Steam Survival Fest, sorry, which would be at the beginning of the August, the build would be just the same one as this, because now we are just play testing it for the sake of making sure that everything looks fine, right? That's why we ask you for a favor to come today to play with us.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks that it works really cool, and we don't need to change much. That's why you see, but next time after Steam Survival Fest is over, I think we would try to, add something new to the match. We'll see if the working version would be finished by that time. It would be a really cool update. And if it still would be in the development stage, I think we would use just, I would say, we'll just take the stable version and try to solve some problems and add some new stuff. Well, that's the way. Okay, I'm playing the game where we haven't started Beast Tower yet, but just to the fact that some guys disconnected, I'm one alone against 3 beasts already.
And it's before Beast Tower.
Yeah.
So many players got disconnected?
Well, actually, we unfortunately, when the game was in the state of creation, some guys dropped out, and when I entered the room, there were only 2 guys there. Well, I mean, 2 players there. Mm-hmm. And so some more people were added, and we got 5 players total. Then 3 more people wanted to join the game, but unfortunately it was just, it started before they managed to enter. So we started with 3 beasts and 2 raiders. And then, due to some reason, 1 raider disconnected. That's why I'm alone against 3 beasts.
Yeah, I just realized I killed the streamer. It wasn't on purpose. It's just a pure coincidence.
Okay. Let's agree that I believed you.
I mean, really, I just I killed him and I checked how he's doing, and I was just like, oh,
that was you.
Yeah.
I hope he won't be mad with you.
I hope that too. Yeah. Mhm. So again, it would be interesting if you could ask our technical guys about how
Well,
we.
honestly, I dropped them a message, but I'm not
Mhm.
sure that they would be able to answer it straight out because they are really busy watching that everything is working fine.
Mhm.
And I believe they would tell me if there would be some issue because just at the beginning of their playtest, they reported that that service is working, that they have good stats, and that's why I think if something was wrong, they would tell me.
Of course. There are so many raiders.
And I have so many beasts.
Oh, by the way, as I can see, one raider and one beast got disconnected from my game, and
So,
now we're playing 6 players.
well, 6 players actually is not that bad, honestly speaking. Of course, guys, yeah, 8 players are best. I think that Alex, maybe we should discuss with technical guys if the connection became far better than it used to be. Maybe we should decide to move to the return back to the rule that we create the room for 6 players already.
Mm, I'm not sure if it's. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But it depends on the amount of players.
Yeah, because I
Um,
hope that during Steam Survival Fest, as we would just, note everyone in far advance, that more people would come.
and I believe that
And
more
also,
people would come.
yeah, and also why guys we want so badly to take part in Steam Survival Fest because it's really our main audience festival where people who enjoy survival games and Bissau to some extent is a survival game would come to play. That's why it won't, maybe the general audience would be that big as it was during the Steam Next Fest when it was covering all the genres possible and all the games on Steam totally. But we would get more somehow really interested people. That means that that's why I think that during Steam Survival Fest, those numbers would be better. So maybe 6 players would be okay.
I mean, again, I think it's up to the amount of players, and more people would come if we have more new content to show them. Like, it's just a general observation. It's not something.
Well, of course, people like new content, by all means. Even I, now playing the game, feel that I lack some features which we already have in our working version, which are not presented here, both in terms of some new mechanics, some bugs solved, and some new visuals added. Yeah, that's totally true. And you are, I believe, understand what I'm saying about.
Mm-hmm.
But still, you see the stability of the version and the way how just everything working together is far more important than adding new stuff. Because if people can't play the game, there is no use in providing the new build.
I mean, I would say that the ability to play the game, even if there are less people, is more important than.
Than just waiting for a game.
Yeah. Just like previous playtest showed us this. But yeah, for sure we have better connection right now. I already, I believe, played more games than
Last time.
than the last time. Yeah, and it's been like 1 hour. By the way,
2 hours already, honestly.
it's been 2 hours and it's 1 hour
Left.
left. Yes, so guys, 1 hour left. It's not a drill. Go and play right now, and don't miss the chance.
Yeah. And also don't forget to share your bug reports. If you have some issues playing the game, you have a special button in the lobby where you can report stuff. And also, please follow the link on the same lobby page, which will lead you to the feedback form, where you can tell us what you like and what you dislike about the game. Again, it's really, really important for us.
Yeah, you can also find the link to feedback form on the main menu, basically. And for sure, after the test is over, I will inform everyone and remind everyone to fill it in.
Okay, Alex, I apologize. Could you just have a look about if all our streams are running nice and smooth?
On Twitch, yes, it's working fine. On YouTube as well.
And in Steam?
I mean, there are like minor lags here and there, but nothing like major.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, on Steam I can see that it's a bit laggy. But again, last time we played, it was much worse.
Okay. Okay. We just need better hardware to run streams.
Yeah. It's a simple lesson.
Yeah. Because when we just talk and have the video in background, everything is 100% cool. But if I just launch the game, so that makes some problems.
Oh, it's Beast Hour started in my game.
Okay,
I should be more focused.
Okay, so honestly speaking, it was pretty wetty. I mean, not wetty, how it's bad to say. It was sweaty to run away from 3 beasts for almost half a game. Because they all are after you. All the time. And it's a really good idea which you put forward, that if you die, you shouldn't wait for the end of the match, you just exit the game and start a new one. It's so cool, because honestly speaking, I just want to play more rather than see who would get the upper hand, honestly.
No, it's my prey.
You're playing as Beast?
Yes, I will not let him
escape.
Take it away from me. I mean,
yes, prey stealing is one of the sweetest mechanics in terms of playing beasts, because somebody just made a lot of work of chasing and hunting down a person, and the very last time you just attack and take away the prey, just, oh my god.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There are 2 beasts and 2 raiders left in my game, and I'm level 7 as a beast.
Okay, so while I'm waiting for the game, I just have a look at the list of questions, and as soon as I looked at it, I already was inside the game. Okay, okay, so we already have a talk about the reward for Beast Tower, starting Beast Tower. That's why I think I shouldn't return to these questions. And okay, we have some more, statements which people sometimes put in the comments. That's why I would just read them out and comment whenever they, from our point of view, are correct or not. First of all, the beasts are too strong. Well, it's the most common saying which we get asked and stated by the community, but I would say that it's just the feeling that people have during a very short period of play, because beasts are designed to be stronger than raiders. Otherwise, you would have no motivation to run away from them if you just can easily fight them back and kill them. So just, guys, deal with that beasts are stronger. And of course you could kill them and you have opportunities to do it, but it's just made for the sake of those who want really test out their skill, and you need to be really good with the game and just your parkour and fighting skills in order to do it. So yes, beasts are and will be stronger. We are not making them on the same level as raiders, because returning to the things which I have said some time ago, we don't want to Beast Tower to be just battle royale game where everyone is on the common terms and you just have the same chances of killing people, because then again there would be no use of having the parkour chasing all around the map.
By the way, Anton, I just have to interrupt you.
Okay.
In my game, there was one raider and the beast fighting in the very end, and beast died in the zone basically. And it's the first time for today I see that raider became the last survivor.
Really?
Yes, and he won because you see, beast was trying to escape, trying to get some healing, and he got into the zone and was killed.
Yeah, that's a pity. Okay, again, the same situation. We got just 7 people to start the match, and then one more guy tried to enter the game, maybe a girl.
It was probably me, by the way.
one person, and it was just very last seconds of the timer, so the person couldn't join the game.
It was probably me because I received error message.
Okay.
Pretty fast after I started searching.
But still, we have 2 beasts and 5 raiders. That's quite okay.
Maybe it's an issue we have to solve. I mean, that so you get into the game, you're trying to connect to a game, but the game has almost
you mean that if you have not full so if you lack players and somebody is trying to connect at the very last seconds, you just give some extra time for this person to connect?
Yeah, something like it. Because otherwise you would receive error message much more frequently.
Well, I think we can discuss it with the dev team.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a good idea to discuss. Because I do believe that maybe it's one of the main reasons we keep on receiving error messages.
Maybe because you didn't manage to get into the game, and that's why you got the error messages. My man, I just didn't manage to connect you, so please try again. Alison, could you tell me what's your ping?
78.
Oh, okay.
Right now, at least. And yours?
It's 57. But when I started the game, it was far more, but instead it just started dropping down rapidly.
Yeah, from what I see, the streamer has started the game. Probably he's in the same game as you, with you. but I'm looking for a match. So let me see if we have any more questions.
Sure.
I don't see anything. But guys, if you're playing with us, tell us about your thoughts, about your ideas. How should we improve the game? How do you like the game? What don't you like about it? Don't be shy. And how's your game going, Anton?
My game is going well. At least I'm alive. Nobody haven't killed me.
Not
Well,
yet.
not yet, right? That's a good addition. Yeah, honestly speaking, I'm just at a loss. How that people so well play so better than I do. That I just okay. Guys, you're crazy.
I'm still looking for a game.
Okay, I figured out that my computer decided to back up. That's why I need to stop this process. I apologize that if during this time there would be some lags on stream.
So I keep on getting this error message. It's been about probably 4 times. Keep on looking. Guys, please join to challenge me and Anton.
Well,
When
maybe
we end this
maybe they shouldn't do it because otherwise I'll just keep losing.
Anton, why are you saying that? No.
I'm just
Don't listen to Anton.
I'm joking out, guys. Of course, you should be joining because we need your feedback in order to make the gameplay better. The game better.
So there is a kind of a question on this stream I'm watching. The streamer was not like sure. He was questioning why howl button was not active because
Uh,
he charged it and there was like he couldn't activate it.
yeah, so it's pretty simple out because, you know, the holding button of the UI of the beast, it's a kind of, you know, not only the icon which helps you to mm, or just a button to press and the indicator of how much resource you need to gather more in order to keep it charged, but it also there, you know, some kind of detector which shows you that a raider is nearby. That's why you can use it. You can use it only to a raider who is not really far away from you, so you just have no issue with finding this prey and don't have to run around the whole map to get to that. So if you have your holding icon charged, you need to move around in order to touch with the scanning radius to touch with the scanning radius the possible prey, and then only the button would start glowing and it show you that you can actually now press it and sense the raider who is nearby.
But why wouldn't we add, you know, so that you can activate howl from any point on the map and you can
Well,
see anyone even
okay.
on the like at the other part of the map.
You see, as you might remember, we had an approach like that just some time ago, and it was,
I know, I'm just
yeah,
asking for, you
okay.
know.
Yeah, the problem was really simple. That, for example, if you can sense a prey from across all the map, you need lots of time to get to this human, to this raider. So by the time you actually get to this part of the haunted city, your holding time would just be inspired by that time, honestly speaking. That's why it didn't make any sense. Also, we made some special hidden mechanics which help raiders who often get chased by beasts, that you can't be the subject of haul if you either died less than 60 seconds ago, or you was the subject for another haul during the last 60 seconds. Okay, that was done in order to avoid people from being just hauled over and over again and being tired of that.
By the way, Anton, is it okay that you don't stream the game right now?
Me?
You don't. Yes. You don't stream anything.
I stream only the video, pre-recorded video, and my web camera and your web camera.
No, it's only us, not the gameplay.
Okay, let me see. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I'll fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now it must be working.
Let me see. Yes, it's working. So while I'm still waiting on the game, I have a question in chat.
Okay.
So I'll just read it. I have a stupid question. Do you plan to introducing fire damage? You stated that raiders are normal human beings, and seeing them walking on lit torches and fire, not embers. It's a bit strange. I'm totally fine with it. That was a friend's statement. So, you know, just like when you have fire district and you can practically walk on fire.
Okay.
And do we plan to do something with that?
Well, honestly speaking, guys, we don't plan currently to introduce any type of, environmental damage. I mean, not from fire, no from like liquids or something like that, because, well, it's not just a simple thing to be added to the game. I mean, in terms of that it would work nice and people get satisfied with that. Currently, we're using all these things only for the sake of I mean, just visual diversity and to give you a clear idea in what part of this haunted city you're right now and where you should move and how you should move. That's why I think that no, we're not planning to introduce anything like that. That's why, well, you see, guys, still, this is a game, and we are not really keen on making everything 100% similar to the way it is in the life. So it's a kind of a, let's call, game assumption that it works this way. Okay, that this fire can't damage you really.
By the way, Anton, I have been searching for a game for a long time, and from what I can see, people on Discord as well have this issue.
And for how long you've been waiting?
I've been waiting for about, I don't know, maybe 7, 8, 10 minutes, and the same goes for people in the chat.
Okay, that's strange, honestly. Well, but maybe we just have a drop in the guys who are playing the game right now. That's why just fewer people who are playing. So maybe this is the way the drop took place. Because currently I am in the game with only 4 people. I'm in only 4 people because when the Beast Tower stage, people just got killed. Oh my god, I managed to get 4 keys. But the Beast is after me.
Mhm. So Maron on Steam, or not on Steam, on Discord says that he's still getting errors. He restarted the game and even the whole PC, but just doesn't help. And that after one game, it just stopped working.
Whoa, I managed to escape for the very first time.
Congratulations, Anton. Pretty good.
Yeah, let's me go get back into the searching queue.
It's only half an hour. It will be probably about 2 more games.
I believe so.
If we, again, manage to get into the game fast, because
Unfortunately, guys, I don't have any data on how many people are playing right now. I just can assume that just fewer guys are just playing right now, so it's a bit harder to find a game. Because I also get the error message, meaning that I'm trying to get into the game, but it's already been launched, or there is something other issue which don't let me connect to the one which is going. And you're waiting too, right?
Yes. Oh, I'm in the game.
Okay, what was me you were waiting for? Okay, whoa, 8 people already.
So you managed to play a whole game while I was waiting for this.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't play at all while you started the match and finished it.
Oh, I think it was maybe my assumption is the right one. But guys, bring more people, and we'll get into the games better. So now we're gonna play the full match of 8 people. Are you playing as a raider or as beast?
I'm playing as a beast,
Okay.
as a black beast, to be precise.
Okay.
Let me see if we have any other questions.
Yes.
So the person who had troubles getting into the game also just got connected. Maybe he's in the same game as we are right now. And Anton, who are you playing as?
I am playing as a white beast.
Nice. Is it you in the fire district right now?
Yeah.
Now I know my target.
Okay.
Yeah, it's too bad we cannot show you the game. I mean, the live gameplay we're having right now.
Okay,
But
I think it's okay because it would be a great shame because I needed to put the very low settings so the computer runs nice both with the broadcast we have run around, which we're running right now, and with actual gameplay. That's why it's not the thing I will be ready to share with the audience.
I mean, we will probably be able to stream the live gameplay.
Yeah,
next
but
time.
yeah, next time.
We'll try at least.
We'll try, yes, because I already, have the access to a better machine, but I haven't yet, settled it down. But I believe it won't be really a problem because I won't be get mad on installing all my typical things. I would be just really short with putting there only the necessary software for the broadcast. I think it would be quite okay with that.
I've got all 5 rings of Arcana, and I'm ready to kick some asses. Anton, where are you?
I am just chasing Zealous, whom I believe. Okay, this time for the first time in this game I killed a person. Honestly.
Oh my gosh.
It was really cool.
I spent all of my rings of Arcana, and still I'm losing. Why? It's unfair. By the way, Anton, did you ever dream of becoming, a YouTube or Twitch celebrity?
Well, I think I'm a kind of a person who likes to talk much, as you know. It's a kind of my, strong or weak point. That's why I think it would be maybe interesting to try out just to stream Beast Hour for myself personally. Of course, taking account that the broadcast would be nice, that everything would be working smooth, and that I would be commenting things and telling people more about the game according to what's happening on the screen. I think it would be a nice experience. But I don't know. I think I would rather would like to be a game development celebrity.
We actually have this as a running joke that we should probably start our podcast because
Sometimes when we are after the working day and we just finish some task together with Alex, sometimes we can spend an hour or even two just talking about what's going on in the game industry and giving our own ideas about how things could be well, what should be done and how it should be done. I mean, I can't call just it's a kind of some really strong expertise in any field, but it's just maybe some interesting thoughts which we would love to share with people sometimes.
Yeah, true. And how would you name this podcast?
I don't know why, but the first thing which came to my mind would be Beasts and Raiders.
That's okay one. Okay. Guys, if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments, and we will take them into
Because
consideration.
I think that in terms of choosing a name for a good podcast or a usual regular stream, it should sound, like a name of a cool video game or rock band.
Mhm.
So it just must rock from the start. So people just when they hear it, I just get, whoa, it sounds cool.
We should call it Disco Prince. You know why?
Because you like discalism.
And
I
you
like Prince of Persia.
Yes.
Well, somehow it's good idea, I believe, because it's really unique. It sounds crazy, and I think that in this case we should have some kind of a logo which resembles of Prince of Persia, of course from the Warrior Within design by all means, but as he is wearing some kind of clothing and some maybe sunglasses, right? So he just looks like a guy from the 80s who came to a disco.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
But you see, if not mistaken, if we talk about your favorite game, Disco Elysium, at what actually epoch, what time did they, most relied on? I believe it looks like they're wearing clothes typical to 80s, or maybe 70s even.
It's a fictional universe. So first of all, it's not our universe. It has
But
its
I mean
own
the whole
laws.
design of
Yeah.
haircuts and clothing.
I would say it's closer, to 70s and 80s. And basically, actually, the disco era has already ended in this world, and disco is not popular anymore, and only like the protagonist and a few other characters in this universe actually remember and know music from this from such era. I would say it's about 70s, but it's very different because, for example, 30 years, 15 years before the start of the game, there was a revolution, which is similar to Russian revolution.
You mean the 1917, right?
Yes, but in their case, it was a failed revolution. So actually, communists came into power, but they capture it for only maybe a year or two, and then foreign forces came into play, and
So actually, this Coliseum is inspired by the history of Russia.
Also, yes, because the developers are from Estonia, and they know this history, and also they got a lot of inspiration from French Revolution, and in our universe, in real world, we have English as the universal language between nations. Yeah. And in Disco Elysium's case, it's a French. So if you want to speak with any foreign person, you should probably speak French. I mean, the universe is pretty unique. It has even its own laws of physics, which we do not have in real world.
And for example, what one?
I mean, for example, there is an entire, I don't know how should I call it. There is this thing called the void, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually the opposite of having something. The void is where the matter, where there is nothing, and the whole world is divided into separate isolas, into several continents, and between these isolas, there is this void. And if you get into the void, you start to lose your mind, started to lose your memories, and your memories starts to mix up with the memories of other people, and this void even can get into the real world. So, for example, in the game, there is a 2 mm hole in the universe, and this hole is taking the matter from the. I mean, taking the matter. I don't know really how to better explain it. But it's basically, even the whole planet is not planet just like in real world. It's more like continents flying in the void, and in order to get from one continent to another, you have to fly through the void and find your destination. I even watched like a fan-made video about the universe, but I should probably rewatch it one time to get my knowledge, to update my knowledge.
Okay, but let's get back to the Beast Tower. So maybe we do have some questions in our chats.
I will be able to see it once I'm dead. Because it's Beast Tower phase, and I'm playing as a beast, and I have very low health.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe I will have a second to check. I believe we don't have other questions for now. Oh, I got into the zone and died. Fortunately. Too bad. So it's about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I hope we would have an opportunity to play one more game.
Yeah, I believe we
Because
will.
it's the first time I'm doing actually not bad. I'm killing things and people are running around from me and not I'm from them.
Are you winning, son?
I can't say that I'm winning. I am saying that I'm not really losing. Because people are playing really good. Okay. Because we're just at the middle of the beast tower. And still we have 2 beasts and 2 raiders alive.
Yeah, and I have exited the game
So,
to look for another game, to another match.
okay. Oh, well, raider saved me actually. I was about to die in the fangs of another beast.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, I keep on getting this error message, even though I'm only, 30 seconds into the queue.
I mean, the problem is that you maybe were trying to connect into the game, but due to some issue you didn't manage to get there, and that's why the system asks you, just it tells you, okay, I tried to connect to the game, but I failed. Please relaunch me, so I could look for another game. Honestly speaking, for the whole evening, I have never been so close to the final stage of the game. Oh no, just once. When I was playing Yudoku and I was trying to escape, and some really irritating beast was always after me, until I just understood that it was only him and me remaining in the same as the old game. That's why he was just so crazy about chasing me out.
Oh, I have started a match. I mean, I have joined the match. Okay, this time I should probably be playing as a raider, because I played like 3 or 4 matches in a row as a beast.
Oh my gosh, I won! I became alpha. Whoa, that's so cool to feel. Really. Although it's really hard, it was really hard.
Okay, Anton, just join into the game because we have 4 slots.
Okay,
vacant,
I'm just rushing into the lobby
and it's 50 seconds left.
Okay, I hope I'll be able to join you, because I'm just press the search game button.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, meanwhile, let me look at the questions. Okay, then the next thing people would say that sometimes beasts don't need to kill raiders, just let them go and win fighting other beasts. Well, actually, it's not like that, because when you're fighting other beasts, you're getting a really easy prey for raiders who can focus you easily, honestly. That's why it's not a kind of the thing which really works, because it's usually when people consider some ideal situation, which never happens. And also, I need to say that in the new update for the game, we plan to introduce the mechanics that as long as there are 2 players on the match, you can win by escape, so there would be no keys appearing. That's why we would say that somehow it's not the way out, actually. The next quote which I need to say is dying is okay. No, guys, dying is not okay in Beast Tower, although you do respawn in the very first stage of the game, but as soon as you get to the respawn point, you actually spend quite time by returning, in order to return back to the game, because first of all you just lay on the ground, then you respawn as a ghost, and before you can get the arcana and get any other sources of experience, you need to fully respawn and also take some extra time. And all this time you don't get any experience at all, and that means that you lose time and you lose level and you lose your chance to become the winner of the game, because other players are getting experience, they are getting stronger and have more chances to overcome you at the final stage of the game. Okay, the next quote would be all raiders can escape. Well, maybe technically it's possible, but actually it never happens, because, you know, all raiders understand that if they miss a key and another raider would take this key, that means that they would have less chance to escape and to get the all necessary keys. So they won't let each other to pick up a key freely. They would just try their best, even if they can't take one, to prevent another raider from picking up it. Because you know, it's just common sense that works, because the less keys are left, the less chance I have to escape. Downtime is too low. Okay, as you've noticed from the just your experience of playing Beast Tower and from the videos which are showing on our background, it's not just enough to bring your enemies health to 0 in order to kill one, but you also need to come at the very close distance and make a finishing move, which is similar both for beasts and both for raiders. And the time when the person is lying in down waiting to be finished, it's not really high. Why we decided to do it? Because we don't want the game to be just classical PvP when you shoot and when people die. We want to give any possible chance for a person who's downed to get up and continue chasing, because it's really frustrating when you get killed from across the whole map with a good shot of Zealous and he has enough time to run up to you and put you out of action. That's why the downtime should not be really high in Beast Tower, so you have more chance to get up and actually play the game and run, because that's the whole game about. And also being down in short time, it lets more competition over finishing people, because everyone knows that if you don't finish one, the person would stand up and run away. Okay, about holy icon. Okay, we have mentioned that people sometimes get confused, that they charge the hole but can't use it. That would be fixed with some UI changes, but the whole idea would be remain the same, that you would understand that you've charged the hole, but there is no fitting enemies nearby. And then when you have a person who you can haul at close distance, the icon will be glowing really hard, so you would just you won't fail to see it. And one more thing, it's a kind of, you know, suggestion we got, that people want to have a kind of cool VFX on the raider who actually managed to get the 6th key and escape the map. Well, yes, that makes sense, of course. We have an idea how to do it. Well, and as soon as we make it, I believe we can share with you the visual which we decided to use for this situation. Okay, so now I believe we are playing the final match, because there are only 10 minutes left from our playtest time. And believe me or not, Alex, I managed to answer all the questions which were planned for this stream?
It's some kind of a speed run. Not even speed run. How should I say it?
Speed
I mean,
answers.
but you did really great. I didn't think you would be able to answer them all because there are a lot of
A lot of other things.
questions.
Yeah, a lot of questions, a lot of things we'll be discussing meanwhile.
Yeah.
Okay, so Alex, could you tell me how many players are in your game?
7.
Okay, 7. 2 beasts and 5 raiders?
2 beasts, yes, and 5 raiders.
Okay, that means that we are fighting. I think that means maybe we are in the same game, I believe.
Yeah, probably. I saw that there was 8 person. He was trying to connect, and he even had about 30 seconds, but he didn't get into the game.
And I saw that he got into the game. I saw the count, which was 8 out of 8. Maybe he managed to. Maybe he disconnected after.
I mean, it's strange because on my side it was 7, and one person didn't connect. Didn't manage to connect. And who are you playing as?
Well, yeah, when I was connected to the game, there were only beasts left. That's why I was given by the system the Black Beast.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Oh, and I think that we should just spend some time telling guys about the mechanics of the altars. So you see in the corners of the map there are special statues, which we call the guardians of the districts. So there is the fire dark Kerberos from Greek mythology standing in the fire district. There is the gargoyle in the industrial district, the reaper in the sand or spider district, and there is the serpent in the green district. And below every statue there is a special spot which called the altar place, a kind of a pentagram drawn on the ground. So if you stay there for some time, you'll get it captured, and it is necessary. It's really good for beasts because it increases your hauling abilities. So your haul charges automatically, just just drop by drop, and also it empowers your haul in terms of it lets you see the hold raider for a longer time.
Anton, I think we should add another rift in the basement where the green district is.
You mean
near the green district?
Well, if you drop me the screenshot of the place, it would be nice because I can show it to the guys in charge of level design.
Yeah, of course. There is a... I mean, I'll just drop you a screenshot. And by the way, I have just killed a beast as a raider in this place. Yes, it was pretty hard, but I managed. Oh my god! I was in the mist and I got invisibility, but it didn't help me. Beast got me in the end. Mhm. How are you doing, Anton?
Well, at least I'm not dying. I'm just chasing people and sometimes even killing them. Which,
What
yeah,
what
it's
is yeah like what is your level?
fifth.
6?
Fifth.
Ah, okay. I'm close to 7th. Pretty close. And you're playing as a black beast, right?
All right.
One player just got disconnected, right?
Um, maybe because I think
How
that
many players, how many raiders in your game?
4.
Yeah, in mine too. But Beast Tower just started, so he couldn't die
Yeah,
twice.
I mean, the player just was disconnected, I believe.
Mhm. Yeah, by the way, guys, if you got disconnected, please report this as a bug and drop us your logs, your files from the game. You can get like the exact location where you can find these files if you click on bug report button in the main menu. It would help us. So go ahead. Is that you in the basement?
I was in the basement fighting Raider, but we just
Uh,
moved
It's
ours.
it's me you're fighting
No,
with.
no, 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 no. Your Raider was a beast.
I'm Raider. I'm a Zealous.
Oh, okay.
It was a pretty close one, and I still can lose. My God. I mean, Anton, you are playing good. Don't
Uh-huh.
don't be like you're showing good skills. The fight is so intense we can't even comment on it.
Yeah, guys, it's maybe the most interesting game of the whole evening, I would say. So two beasts versus one raider. Who would gonna get the upper hand?
I was so close. God.
Okay, I think that the time of the playtest is actually over.
Anton, did you kill that white beast?
Oh no, I think that he died just in the zone. I didn't see what happened to him. I think he made just some kind of a mistake of getting into the zone.
Yeah, because I thought there was one more beast, but no.
Okay, so guys, thank you very much for being with us today.
Mhm.
And just as we say, please drop your feedback using the bug report form, using the feedback form, or just in any way you like on our Discord server. We have the special feedback channel, which is always open for you to talk about the game and show us what you're going to be doing. So please feel free to contact us on any issue, on any problem, and with any idea you have. Okay, so Alex, I believe that we have talked through all the questions which we had, and we okay. Okay, so guys, Alex, let's just, for the sake of checking, browse all the social media which we were running during the broadcast and to see if we have any questions there. If not, I think that we are pretty done and we just...
Was it you, Anton? I had a duel with a beast.
Yes, it was
where
with me at the very end of the game, I believe, because it was you who won the last match.
No. I'm just reading out the comment. Was it you, Anton? I had a duel with a beast where we just mashed each other after killing the last trader. Of course, I lost.
Yeah, I think it was me because it was the situation when I won once as a beast, and there was a final fight where we just crazily mashed one another. I just calculated that I had more HP and I managed to withstand more damage than my opponent.
It was probably Alex, the translator, and a big friend of ours.
Okay.
So from what I can see, no more questions. Yeah, there are people on Discord like sharing the successful match screenshot of the becoming alpha.
Really?
Yeah. Which is very nice.
That's cool.
So yeah, I believe the only thing remaining is that I will just send guys a notification that you can leave us your feedback.
Yeah, that's okay because now I'm just need to go and switch off the server because the playtime is over. So I think I'll do just in around 5 minutes because it just takes a bit time to go through all the windows and press all the buttons to do it. So guys, once again, thank you for being us. And if Alex says that we've answered all the questions and, fulfilled also what we planned for today, just I want to say that